Hello everybody, hi, welcome to the stream. My name is Elise. Happy Friday evening. Happy Best Life Friday. I come on here Friday nights, we have a party together, we listen to some groovy music, we talk about, the things that we need to talk about in order for all of us to find our ways onto the path towards our own best life. Now, anything that I ever advocate for here is not at all advocating for that like I have the ultimate solutions for all of us to live the best life. But we can all co-learn together and come up with our own perceptions on it, and that's what Friday nights are all about here. I drink tea. We can share jokes with each other. We can have a good time. So without any more delay, I'm gonna drink my tea up because today's topic, it's a tough one. It's a deep conversation. We're gonna be talking about something that I've never done any research on or understood, and I was introduced to the concept today, and I found a very interesting article to kind of jump into trying to articulate this concept in through articulating this concept, we may end up finding things that we can implement in our own lives to make it better for ourselves. Hold on, I want to test this real quick. Check. All right, yeah, we got it. That was the mic. I turned off one of my audios and I wanted to make sure I didn't turn off the mic. All right, so I've got my tray ready to go. Just a little bit of a mess in my cup. How's everybody doing? Friday night, ready for a solid weekend? Get some sun, maybe? I'm gonna have some green tea from Malawi. Green oolong. So this is probably like a just ever so slightly oxidized oolong tea, more like a green tea. All right, so I got my freshly boiled water. What I'm doing here is a Chinese method of tea preparation called Gung Fu Cha. The purpose of Gung Fu Cha is to brew the best cup of tea you possibly can with the resources that you have available to you. So, you know, you don't necessarily have to have training and, you know, the most experience. It's just an intention set type of a thing. So that's how we keep the tea table inclusive for everybody. You know, even when we're talking about very intellectual conversations and intellectual topics, we can keep it relatable for everybody. That's important. That's always very, very important. All right, I eyeball in everything that's part of the Gung Fu tea method. I like this, my shirt. I'm like see-through. Reddit, it's a little bit difficult to see because the fractals I have in the background are kind of dark. But you know, here the bamboo contrast against the gray on my shirt. It's nice. All right, so I got my leaf in here. Just gonna be adding in my water. And you see, I used a lot of leaf for such a small vessel. Means I probably won't need to steep it for very long. Definitely not more than like a minute. And when you brew it this way, you'll get several infusions over and over and over again. As always, music provided by our dear friend Sojourner, based here in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada. He is a multi-instrumentalist. He's a dear friend of the channel and has given us all these cool tunes for us to enjoy together, so that my videos don't piss off any, you know, music copywriters with intelligent AI systems. All right, ready to decant. Oh, that smells nice. Very floral. When it comes to oolongs, so you see there's a lot of green. There's a lot of green here. There's a lot of color variability. I mean, this is not the greatest quality processing. This is kind of a lower grade, more like bulk grade tea that we carry. But in the processing of tea, I mean, God, yeah, some of this is not good. Like this leaf right here, this leaf straight up should not have been harvested. This right here, this should not have been harvested. This should not have been processed. It's way too mature. It's the stem, you know, the vein of the leaf is hard. It's like hardened. It's like wooden, hardened. Way too mature. This is not, and it didn't, you see, it didn't like roll. The tea is too mature. That's bad quality. That's why it's cheaper. You know, you get cheaper tea for that reason. One of the ways that we distinguish quality, but it's still pretty clean, good looking tea. Has a nice smell. You know, in the processing, in the oolong processing, the main mechanism there for oolong and black tea, the main mechanism of how you're processing the tea is oxidation. It's the same kind of oxidation that happens when you cut open an avocado or cut open an apple and you start to see it brown quickly. This is my cup. The reason why we use such small cups, you know, this is very... The whole like vibe here is influenced by Chinese Han tea culture. But in many other places you see the small cups like this, and what the small cups do is that they kind of encourage you to sip and savor versus, you know, in United States, the culture around beverage is to like have a big mug, have a good amount of it so that you can like sit with it for a while and chug it back. But the purpose here is that you're going to re-steep it over and over again to fully enjoy this tea. So I really have no idea what I'm talking about tonight. Other than the tea, I have no idea what we're talking about. But someone introduced me to this concept of L systems and design. And I found an article published, this looks like it's published in a foreign language, but it's in English. But I can't even tell the journal that it's in because it's in some Scandinavian looking language. But the title of the article is in relation to video game design. And I figured, hey, this is Twitch, this is Reddit, we love video games, so that could be a cool context to kind of dive into this concept. You know, like we could definitely like go down the like Wikipedia path, which I probably will end up having to refer to Wikipedia to understand, you know, some of the more basic concepts here. But just in the favor of time, I thought that this would be a good way. And it's only like a 9-page article, so we'll get through it quickly. And then we talk about video games, which we all love doing. We all love doing that. We all love talking about video games. Even if you don't play, I don't even play video games, and I like talking about video games. This tea is really good. It's really mild. It's a little bit harsh. Hey, what's up, Cornelius? Did you get censored or did you just put that in? I'm like on this other app and everything gets censored. It's like worse than TikTok. Everything gets censored. But welcome in. It's nice to meet you. We're gonna have a nice chat. Cornelius, y'all ready? Y'all ready? Jump into it. Oh. My camera got all fucked up. Hi. Hoi. Welcome to my channel. I'm drinking some tea. Some Malawian green tea. Not the greatest quality tea, but it's what I need. It's some freaking energy. Because I was drinking some mellowed out tea earlier on my other stream. I need something to wake me up because we're talking about something serious now. Let's see, I'll get this on Reddit. You know what? I'm not gonna do it for y'all. Reddit, I'm not gonna do it for y'all because it's just not worth it. You can't read the text. At least the Twitch folks will be able to read the text. They're using computer graphics, as we're gonna learn right now. This is about video game design. We're gonna learn about video game design. I have no, you telling me? What? Okay, so By the Hill on Reddit says there used to be a fractal animal species. What? What was it? And, you know, if you've got a link or if you've got some word for me to look up, I'd love to search an image of that and see what that is. I mean, I've heard of fractals in lots of other, like, pretty much, I mean, the hippies have been telling me for years that the fractals and like the golden ratio of fractals exists in everything. It's like perfection. It's like the ultimate like balanced design that everything can be built upon. They're extinct though. Oh, you did put the name here. I'm gonna look it up. That's cool. Thank you for sharing that, By the Hill. I'm gonna look them up. I like fractals. Do they have like the broccolis? The broccolis that have the little fractals. Oh, sweet. It's like a, it looks like a fern type of a thing. But they're probably finding like fossils of it, huh? It was like a seaweed, a seagrass type of a thing. It's like a seagrass. Here it is. That's sweet. Beautiful. And they were built off of fractals. That's an animal though. But I heard that it exists in everything. That's what some hippie told me one time. It's classified as an animal for some reason rather than a plant, because it does look suspiciously like a sea life plant. So Cornelius here has gotten into L systems. You studied L systems. I want to learn what they are. Let's get back to the article. Lindenmeyer's defense. Lindenmeyer's. That's the L in L systems. Lindenmeyer's defense, generating projectile patterns in a video game environment using L systems. Okay, so yeah, it is. It's from Sweden. Malmo. You know, Sweden's got really cool design thought there. You use them to create a digital tree. Awesome. See, so that makes sense. What are you teaching? Well, I'm not teaching anything. So, welcome to my channel. My name is Elise. This is my tea table. I am merely a student or a facilitator, you know, and I like the word facilitator because it kind of it changes the dynamic of the teacher-student relationship. You just asked me, what am I teaching here? I am not a teacher. I don't claim to be a teacher. I do have quite a bit of experience in my life, and I've done some pretty cool shit. But I'm not a teacher. I'm a facilitator of knowledge, and I've been doing it for decades now. Facilitator of knowledge and culture. And so I do come on stream, and I do stream to the masterclass because what I do here is like it's a co-learning experience. So what I'm reading here, and we're going to go over with this Lindenmeyer's defense, L systems used in the design of video games and graphics. I'm learning this for the first time, but we are lucky enough to have an expert in Twitch's chat. And if you want to join us on the Twitch stream, you're welcome to. I'll put it in the. But I like streaming to Reddit. I'll continue streaming to Reddit, but yeah, you can see the link there for the Twitch channel. You can see I do have the article up behind me. Alright, so I'll just read the abstract real fast and we'll get into it. The potential of L systems is explored by procedurally generating patterns for use on video game content. By procedurally generating content for video games, the development cost of game development can be significantly reduced. Oh, that's cool. And an artifact in the form of a tower defense game is developed and tested to evaluate the generation algorithm. The algorithm was successful in generating a wide range of pattern, and user feedback indicates a high level of perceived variation. The algorithm is highly customizable and could have applications in various game content, such as particle systems or weapons. That is very, very interesting. You'll join on Twitch. Hey, cool. Thanks, By the Hill. Come on over. Come on over. It's a party. It's a party. It's a great way to add complexity and dymatically. I think so, you know, and just like reading this abstract of this article, it's interesting how you could build an algorithm and potentially be using these concepts to like create. What happened to the disco ball? Kayla! It's manual. It's a manual now. I've got to like manually hold up my own disco ball for my own disco party. It's cool. It's like party favors here. I do like how though on my my overhead view, it's like I got a disco ball up here. It's this one. I have so many disco balls. Yeah, so like if you were able to like endlessly generate and evolve new content based off of the principles, and then like it's the ratios, like the golden ratio type of thing. Hey, by the hill. Yes, and awesome. Send me a piece of your art. I know, Kayla. I should just like send you a picture of my tea table here. That's all you need. They're used to create maps. Oh, the little disco ball. This is the one that you want for your geocache. By the way, our friend Kayla Bear here on Twitch. She, whoops, my little boy went flying. She is doing a Burning Man project. Burning Man is happening in a few weeks, or like actually in a week, I believe. And she has, she's going to be doing geocaching on the playa through Topia. Topia is one of the platforms, that one of the metaverses that the Burn is on. And if y'all spend time on my stream here, you'd know about Topia. We've been using Topia for a long time. I come from Reddit. That's like the interaction that happens, you know, like when the aliens come. I come from Reddit. By the hill. Thanks for coming by. I remember you. I remember you from Reddit. Thanks for coming by. I appreciate you a lot. By the hill, do you use Reddit often? That's the thing about, or not Reddit, but Twitch. That's the thing. Oh, ammo cache, not geocaching, is decommodified. Because is geocaching a for-profit organization? I wouldn't have thought. But I guess... Are they selling your data? Could you imagine if freaking geocaching was like selling everybody's personal location data? Yeah, Reddit's chill. It's chill. I'm on another app too, and I have like a commitment, a contract to stream to that app, and it feels very much like the Reddit live stream app. It's mobile only. It's called Pococha. I'll put it in the comments. I don't know, By the Hill, maybe you'd be interested in checking it out. It's very social, it's very community oriented. There's a premium membership to what? To geocaching? Like, what does the premium membership get you? Oh, yeah, no promises needed. You don't have to go. I'm just telling you, it's a cool live streaming app if you like live streaming. Don't go if you don't want to go. Alright, I'm going to get into this article. I'm going to learn something. I don't know. Hey, and Cornelius, if you feel like there's a better link or a better article I should be reviewing in this little study, feel free to throw it at me. Holla! Creating game content is a time-consuming and costly endeavor, which means the amount of content available in the game is limited. Speaking of, I went to like one of those like all-you-can-play free arcades, you know, and they had a machine where you could just like play as much as you want of like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the old one from when we were kids, you know, we'd go to the arcade when we were young. They had that game and The Simpsons, like all of these games that I remember when I was a little kid. Like I pumped so much of my hard-earned like money into it, my hard-earned quarters into those games, and like got nowhere. And then I play these games now, and you know, you can like re-up your life as many times as you want. And I probably end up having to spend $30 to win the whole game, but I can win it because it's free. And there's like hardly any content in these games. It's like 6-7 levels at most. It's like nothing. I just remember when I was a little kid, those games seemed like so endless, like forever and ever. This is specific to one use. You do have a better article. Yeah, pass it to me. I don't know if you'll be able to put it into the comments here. Okay, so let me go to the Wikipedia article for it then. We should start there. We will start with Wikipedia. Are these the trees? Are these the trees that you made? Did you make these trees, Cornelius? $1 million satellites to find toys. That's what you get on the, here, I'll put the articles up for Reddit, because this is pretty badass. These are trees. These are trees that were, like, created through, these L systems that we're talking about today. Oh, you didn't make these trees, but did you make similar trees? Did you make similar trees? Someone died after a geocache event? That's sus. They died from excitement because geocaching is that exciting, I know. You made yours dynamic. So it means that, because these look pretty damn dynamic. They like this one right here, the one in the top middle, it looks pretty, like, it has like some cool movement going on to it. It's swayed the breeze, it's so cool. Some of the geocaches are in dangerous places. Yeah, I've been on a couple of hikes and I've like seen some ammo cans and I'm like, well, what is this doing here? I didn't realize it was geocache. Like at the top of the mountain, over the edge of the cliff or whatever. Yeah, yours would move. Okay, yeah, you could animate it. That's cool. You can interrupt by the hill. That's what this is freaking about. I don't really have any rules here other than like don't sexualize me. That's the only rule I've got. But yeah, if y'all want to talk about geocache and art, yeah, please, by all means, please. An L system or a Lindenmeyer system is a parallel rewriting system, a type of formal grammar. What? It's grammar? I am getting good at acknowledging each comment. Yeah, because of the other app that I'm on. The other app I'm on, I'm graded based upon like my engagement with every comment. So I'm into it. And then the other app not only has comments, but it also has like GIFs and it has like little floaty hearts and animations and stuff that I have to keep up with. Yeah, I don't think it's necessary to actually like read every comment, but I'll look at each comment and interact with all of it. And I know that y'all got your own conversations going on, and I hold space for that. Of course. An L system consists of an alphabet of symbols that can be used to make strings. A collection of production rules that expand each symbol into some larger string of symbols. An initial axiom string from which to begin construction. You want to add me on MySpace? Are you fucking kidding me? Well, I mean, if you're asking to add me to your MySpace, you can't be that old. It's like, no older than a Gen Xer. Like, no way. No way, boomer. Boomers didn't know what MySpace was. That was some kids shit. An L system consists of an alphabet of symbols that can be used to make strings. You're 30. Dude, you're younger than me. You're like a legitimate millennial. Get over it. Get over it. Like Gen Z's gotten you like insecure, like telling you you're old. That's, yeah. No, you're not old. Alright, so just imagine strings of alphabet. A collection of production rules that expand each symbol is some larger string of symbols. Yeah, you're a baby. That's what I call my dog. You're a baby. Baby Bitcoin. Although he's not, he is really old. He's 10 years. He's 10 years. Which means that he's like 70 in dog years. Okay, so the production rules. I'm gonna just like really quickly find out what that means. it's a rewrite rule specifying a symbol substitution that can be recursively performed to generate new symbol sequences. A finite set of productions, P's, is the main components in the specification of a formal grammar. The other components are a finite set of I don't know, I don't want to go there, but yeah, it's just like the computer science thing. Y'all know what I mean. They expand each symbol into some larger string of symbols. An initial axiom string from which to begin construction and a mechanism for translating the generated strings into geometric structures. Okay. So it's taking kind of like one-dimensional components, stringing them together to kind of order them into more two-dimensional and then eventually into like three-dimensional. I know I'm not saying that right, but that's how my brain is interpreting this. Correct me if I'm wrong. Anybody, please. L systems were introduced and developed in 1968 by Astrid. I'm the facilitator. You're right about that, by the hill. Hey, thank you. Da Vinci, thank you. Thank you. Okay, so the expert is here to correct me. This is the basic concept. Variables, F constants, plus or minus start, F rules. You're speaking a different language here, buddy. F. Wait, what does that mean when there's an arrow? F goes to F plus F minus F minus F plus F. So it's F. By the hill, I know what you mean. Okay, so you start with some letter and iterate over it and replace letters. So you start with the F, and then the second pass you replace the F with F plus F minus F minus F plus F, which is just F, as we learned in the other equation. Then you go over that and replace each F with that. So you're just like, it's like, you're taking like a simple thing and then creating like a more complex equation, and then of each component within that equation, then multiplying that out into, it's like it's exponentially and continuously going to grow in the same kind of ratio. Yeah, you can't do separate lines. Okay, by the hill has a very, I got it. Good. By the hill has a very important question. What is the purpose of an L system? Fractions speak louder than words. Oh, so wise. So wise. I think I got it. But they're separate lines, the variables. So you can just like infinitely create anything and like have it expand and grow into anything based upon these like rules that you set, and it'll create the perfect content, it'll create the perfect composition based on those rules that you plug in. So Cornelia says they have many uses. You can create a landscape map for a 3D game from it. Cool. Where you have mountains to beach and sea level, you can use L systems to represent that. So let me ask you this. Could you use L systems for like deep fake shit? Like AI deep fake shit? So like, you know, like those deep fake videos of like Mark Zuckerberg like doing barbecue in his backyard. I don't know. That was what I saw. I love The Rock. There's a bunch on TikTok of The Rock, and it's almost as if it's just like, it's like the AI is just kind of calculating where, you know, the face would be or the mouth would be. You love that video by of The Rock or of Mark Zuckerberg? Because yeah, the one of Mark, any content that's coming out, any trolling content that's coming out about Zuckerberg is freaking gold. He does it to himself now. What was that thing that he did on 4th of July? He looked like such a freaking tool. It was such a tool. You can't do, okay, so Cornelius is confirming that you cannot use L systems for deep fake. Okay, cool. I don't know, I was just putting it out there. I just thought, the animated one, I don't think so. I haven't seen that one. I just saw his own video. Mark like posted his own video, and I'm like, is he trolling himself? I don't know. He looked like such a tool. He was like riding one of those, what are those water propelling boards that has like the fin underneath the water? Hey, by the hill, links don't work. Oh, machine learning would do that. But couldn't you pair machine learning with L system design? To even like create things that don't exist based upon rules that you set. I don't know. I think I'm making this too complicated. Yeah, see, it's not gonna let you put the link there. You'll have to whisper it to me, by the hill. Do you know how to whisper? Do you know how to whisper it to me? You can whisper it to me. I trust you. I don't trust you enough to put the link directly onto my green screen. I'll visit it off green screen first, and then I'll move it over. You don't know how. I believe there are like whispers like in the top right hand corner of the screen. You could use the nature of L systems to get complexity in the machine learning algorithm. I mean, is there something I should search? I'll search for it. Is the Mark Zuckerberg animated deepfake? I don't see any of them. Oh, when he was smoking meats. Oh, this is the one that I did see. He was talking about smoking meats in his backyard. It's so funny. The probe talk. What? That doesn't sound healthy. All right, so here's my question. Because the theme of tonight's series, every Friday night's series, is best life. Right, so we do kind of an academic dive to understand something, as we are right now. We're understanding L systems, which, you know, is quite technical compared to what I usually talk about here. But I think there is something to learn from it, like maybe even an understanding like the intention and the utility of using something like this and applying that to our own lives. So, you know, here's what I can process of it, and I welcome. I'm pretending I understand L systems. Hi, Bitcoin. You want to say hi? You want to say hi to your friends? Come here. Come here. Come. Come. I do not want to reach down for you. Come here. Just put your arms up. Come on. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. Up. Good boy. This is Bitcoin. He loves you. He loves you. Kayla, hi. Hi, Bitcoin. PC. Hey, you're on an initial basis, man. We just met on Reddit not half an hour ago, and you're already on a first name basis with my dog. Wow. Have a seat, Victor. Sit down. Please sit. Oof. Yeah, he is singing a little bit. Alright, I'm gonna see if there's some more images here. Okay, so I'm gonna share my, oh, this is a nice image. Dog. My dog. Yeah, he's the star of the show. My phone is freaking out. Why? Okay, Cornelius says the amazing thing about L systems is through simple input and simple rules, you can get infinite complexity. It appears in nature. Okay, yay! Okay, good. All right, so here we were working with something that like we can all understand now. Okay, through simple input, like simple rules, simple algorithms, simple structures, you can have infinite complexity, and that is life. Right? And that's the reason why it does appear in nature. What is this image here? This is weeds generated using an L system in 3D. So it's almost like God's design. It's almost like God's design philosophy. And L systems. So L systems is what I'm seeing when I go for walks. I guess so. It's kind of like the algorithmic nature of God's design aesthetic. Where am I? Yeah, Da Vinci, you're in nature. How do I turn these ads off? Like, ads? I'm sorry, By the Hill. I'm sorry. Twitch is like that. You know, Jeff Bezos, we gotta get him to space. L systems were originally created as a way to be able to define any plants. Oh, interesting. So it was like a computer science theory that was instigated by nature. That's very cool. It's that's a hard word for me to say, Da Vinci. It's algorithmatorial. Is that a real word? This is way deeper than I anticipated. Yes. So By the Hill, that's exactly what we're learning. Is that you could simulate an entire universe. You could simulate an entire reality with using like well calculated and well thought out rule patterns for L systems. Ah, Da Vinci, you're cute. You're cute. You gotta stay. You gotta stay. We could be in an L system. I don't know. By the Hill, don't get ahead of yourself. Kayla, you're drinking the Kool-Aid. Absolutely, an L system in an L system in an L system. So we're all in agreement. I still believe in my flesh and my bones. I believe I'm real. How much computer power would it require? A lot, a shit ton. Okay, so, you're making this meta. Like, we just went into the meta. Let's see if it works. If I take us into the, oh no, it's not working. It's kind of working. It's so slow. This meta field is just like, it's laggy. Not cool. Only an ALK system could tell you how much computer power it would take. Okay, so here's the meta thing you just said, Cornelius. You said it's a meta system within a meta, or it's an L system within an L system within an L system. So when you talk about, keep the fractal, yeah. When you talk about the the merging of L systems with AI, one of the limiting factors, or one of the limiting characteristics of AI is that, like, you ultimately always need a human being to like be there to help reevaluate the algorithm and make sure that it's like doing the right math for the goal that you're trying to accomplish. So if you're saying that L systems can, given a certain set of rules, can like create the most infinitely complex form of nature, then we should be able to do that for like human intelligence and sentiment and culture, and have that engaged with the AI. And then, we're talking about some like Terminator shit, some like Skynet stuff. El Neta sounds like a Mexican dance move. Yeah? So this fractal is created in a, sorry, it's a little delayed. This fractal right behind me, this just looks like a kaleidoscope. It just looks like a kaleidoscope, but you're saying that like you could, with the right plugins and the right, algorithms, create this exact design. The fractals are pleasing to the eye. Oh, keep the fractal. Okay, the fractal is like stiff. I should have got a better version of it. It is real. We are matter and flesh and shit, but it's derived from this natural universal design that we made digital in the microcosm. Yeah. That's why I say it's kind of like God's, whatever God you want to call God, that higher being, it's like their design aesthetic. What about L systems with music? I'm gonna look that up right now, if that's a thing. Fuck Mark Zuckerberg's deep fake. L system music. I did see some articles, some researchers were talking about music. I'll go to YouTube and see if there's anything. I found something. We are programmed. Oh, by the hill, why are you trying to stir the pot, man? Or woman? I'm not sure. Skynet. There's an app for that. My cat is my god. Well, my god is Bitcoin. Oh, Da Vinci. Yeah, you better believe. You better believe Bitcoin is God. What's giving you so much anxiety right now? Boops? You want boops? He doesn't like boops. He's not into boops. Boop. See, he doesn't do the boops. He doesn't like the boops. Cornelius. A nice butthole? Are you talking about Bitcoin's butthole? It's not OnlyFans. And by the way, OnlyFans, did you hear? They're not letting any sexual content on there anymore. Oh my god. You have anxiety, Da Vinci? I didn't know that. Alright, let's see this. I got some music for y'all's ears. Bitcoin, why are you being a baby? Please just sit down. Bitcoin has a nice beehole. I have no content that is non-sexual. Really? You don't use OnlyFans? Good for you. Alright, let's see this music. This is from 2012. Bitcoin is from 2012. He is. That was when he was born. song made by an L System, supposedly, by Terry Bolt. Do you get it? Do you get it? So these are the rules. These are the rules that they made. Oh, see, my finger doesn't go all the way up. I just go up to there. So you see those rules? A turns into A, B. So every time there's an appearance of A, then it will turn into A, B. B will turn into BC. C will turn into AD. D will turn into B, DB. Starter A finisher. Starter AB finisher. I don't think... Sounds baseballish. Does it make you crave a hot dog? Okay. So we got it. I don't, like, from the beginning of the song to the end of it, and I'm kind of tone deaf. Oh, Bitcoin's got his OnlyFans going. I guess it is getting more complex now. I'm hearing it, but I'm a little bit tone deaf.
If you're trying to lose belly fat, stop doing cardio. This
Stop it.
Backwards,
Stop
right?
playing ads. Stop. Yeah, so far the L System music that we've come across has been quite boring. And please sing along. It's too boring. I wouldn't even know what to sing with it. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. Let's see. Let's Google search. Cool. L System music. This is an interesting. It's just like headline clickbait. Biomimicry is more than just good design. I like that. No, Katamari. He looks like an old man. He is an old man. Kalahari? Katamari? What is Katamari, Kayla? La 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 la. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. Could you imagine if your brain system, because there's some people that can do this shit, like the people that can like do like extremely large like multiplication and division in their head like this. Could you imagine if somebody like on like you tell them the rules, like I'm good at that kind of shit. Like I'd like to figure that out. Oh, it's a game. It's a game. A Nintendo Switch game. I don't play games. Who's we? World of Warcraft? Really? Classic WoW? Good night by the hill. Good night. We love you. Yeah, see, Bitcoin loves you too. He had to get up and say goodbye. Thanks for stopping by the hill. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you. Classic World of Warcraft? Really? I never played that game either. I've got a friend, she plays it religiously. Like, she used to sacrifice our friendship several times over for that damn game. It's a third-person puzzle action game. For PlayStation 2. Oh, okay. What? You want to play PlayStation? right, Cornelius is bringing us some more math. Hey, I cannot have you on this one. That's your chair over there. You have to be so needy all the time. Huh? Why you have to be so needy? Okay, then at the end, each letter A, B, C, D, and then each symbol, the plus, the underscore, or whatever, will represent things like how far you move. Okay, yeah, I get that. I understand that. I understand that. We love Katamari. Who is we? People who do math in their heads. Oh, I get it. Yeah. My friend is talking about it like it is heroin. Talking about what? The game? World of Warcraft? I'll give you 5 bits if you throw a raspberry on Bitcoin's belly. I don't have a raspberry. You mean like the like that? Like that kind of raspberry? Is that what you mean? If we do that, you'll need to close that. You'll need to close it. Wow is equal to heroin, yeah. Look at my fractal. Like, I totally downloaded a fractal and it was like such a cool moving image, and then now it's just done. Wait. I can't do it. Yeah, that type. He hates it. He hates it. He hates it. Hey Cornelius, thank you so much for helping me understand this. And I think it is an important Yeah, it's an important way for us to look at our own lives of how we can live better life is understanding that like we're all just a mathematical algorithm of infinite complexity and beauty, yet simple roots. Simple roots. All right, I'll get us back to normal. What do you think, Bitcoin? You didn't like the raspberry, huh? He doesn't like it. When he was a puppy, I remember doing that kind of shit with him, and he was fine. Rawr, 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 rawr. Bye, Cornelius. Thank you so much. Have a good night. Rest well. Arr, arr. Whoa, see, he doesn't like it at all. Poor boy. He doesn't like it. When he was a puppy, I was able to do it to him, and he liked it. Alright, I need more tea. Alright, you wanted me to look up that song. I found it. What song? This is a nice jam though. This is a nice jam. This is like some bomb music. I play this game. You have it. You can't put imagine there are laws. La, 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 la. No. You can't put a link in the chat here, Kayla. Maybe send it to me through Facebook or something. Damn. My fractals. What? You better not play a commercial. Playing commercials on me. Did you find it, Kayla? You can send it to me somewhere else. I'm so pissed about these fractals here. I'm gonna turn on the other one that I like. Oh, I have so much, and I've been doing this so much. There it is. This is the one. That's the one I like. Psychedelic groovy. But you're on your phone? What is it? Like, what did I search for? Ooh. Ooh. I'm waiting, Kayla Bear. I'll play a video game theme I was listening to earlier. This one. I'm like, oh, this is the jam. This is the jam. Come on, y'all know it. Y'all know it. We're good. It's so comforting. Hey, thanks for the follow, Da Vinci. I wonder if Nintendo's gonna DCMA me for this. I guess I could stream this game on Twitch and then I play the music. What do you want? What do you want? You don't want a raspberry, that's for sure. That'd be cool, like 8-bit L system music. 8-bit L system music. That'd be pretty badass. I want to get back to this article. So basically we're talking about something like very mathematical and like computer science oriented, but it's something that is natural, and if we can understand that concept for our own life, like we could it's like boundaries. Hell yeah. So we could compare oh my god. Really? 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 Needy pup. So needy. Every time. If we think about these concepts in our own lives with like boundaries, right? So it's like these rules, right? L systems is all about setting up the rules, and then the rules can just exponentially build upon themselves and create this like infinite loop of like infinite complexity and creativity. as long as like we allow ourselves to be, and then we have like our set rules or our boundaries, and we let everybody and everything around us know those rules or boundaries, then we can have infinite beauty in our lives and infinite happiness in our lives. I think that's a good way to interpret today's talk. What do you think, Kayla? I know, Kayla, you're really big into boundaries and processing these kinds of things. What do you think about it? By generating content automatically, it is possible to cut costs and development time. So this is talking about using L systems in like video game content creation. In the open world sandbox game Minecraft, a whole 3D world is generated to become a playground for the player. In the action RPG game Diablo 3, items are generated using an algorithm to give items varying attributes. There are also various established algorithms that can be used in PCG. One such algorithm is called Lindermeyer's system, or L system. In games, L systems are commonly used to generate flowers, trees, and other plants. Although L systems have been used to generate many types of content such as city maps, 3D models, and music, there are possibly a lot more viable applications for L systems. So Kayla says, yeah, it's like having a core set of values in which you base your boundaries on in order to live an optimal life. Yes, exactly. And yeah, I mean, could you imagine if there was an app for that, Kayla? Could you imagine that? Like there was like an accountability app that would like, you could set all of those boundaries and rules in, and that then you could like have daily accountability plugins. And then it could even plug in with your social media and your emails and your messages and the other data that's being processed in your phone that could like, that would be my brain. Yeah, you could use your brain for it. It yells. Well, that's good as long as your brain, has those rules plugged in. Because yeah, a brain works similarly to a computer, that's going to be processing these algorithms. That's great. Connection. Yeah, calculating all the numbers and plugging all the numbers in. Sleep. That's cool. Now your brain's processing this all for you. In games, L systems are commonly used to make flowers, but they can generate other types of content such as city maps, 3D models, and music. There's possibly a lot more viable applications. One possible application was presented during a meeting with Tizer Studios, a game development studio that's located in Malmo, Sweden. The idea was to have a tower defense game where the core game mechanic was a crafting system that resulted in the towers that the player could place in the game world. The specification for a successive solution to this idea was a system that could produce multiple towers that were controllable. Oh, there was a typo in this article. Can you believe that? Were controllable through the different crafting components. This study aims to present a possible solution to the specifications given by Tizer Studios by generating projectile patterns that can be used in a tower defense game. The solution is presented using a PCG method called L systems. It allows controllability using gamer input while creating emergent patterns, produces a wide variety of patterns, and creates a visually appealing pattern. So I think where the AI would plug in would be constantly reviewing the rules under which the L system is operating on. So, maybe that's the actual job of our brain. Like our brain, well, maybe that's the job of our heart. Or, figuratively, what our heart is. Our brain is for, like, processing the actual rules and building upon those rules and creating this infinite amount of complexity in our life. And then the heart, or our sentiments, or how we're processing our culture, processing our interactions, would be constantly plugging back into those rules, right? Because if you set, yeah. If you just say, okay, brain, these are the boundaries that we're going to work within, and you do that when you're like 18 years old, and you never change that until you die, you're going to be working within some pretty irrelevant boundaries. So yeah, your heart has to be a part of that. So, I think that answers my question about the intersection of AI and L systems. Yeah, I'm not going to read into the exact, the exact methodology of this experiment, but I'll go to the conclusion. After discussing the idea of generating towers with Tarsier Studios, we acknowledged two main problems that needed to be solved to produce a viable solution. Both should be fluid. Really, you think even if you set the boundaries, you think, I don't know, maybe we're thinking about it from different perspectives, because like with an L system, as they're saying here, it's a static thing. Like once you set the rules, it is constantly without deviation going to follow those rules. But you can change those rules, and then it will continue to follow the rules diligently. You're thinking therapy talk, okay. Yeah, this is not therapy here. Actually, this is a really far-fetched. The only reason why I chose this topic was because I've told you all before, you can message me and tell me what to focus on. And someone messaged me earlier and said, hey, you should talk about this. And of course, I always try to round it all out and bring everything back to source through our own lives, our own experience of how we can live a better life and be happier. But yeah, I definitely don't know what I'm talking about. Do you like the overlap? Yeah, it's kind of that's a great topic. Cool. Awesome, Kayla. I'm glad you like it. I like it too. I'm surprised how much I liked it. I was like, oh, this is weird. This will be kind of difficult to explain, but it's not that difficult. After discussing the idea of generating towers, we acknowledged two main problems. The algorithm needed to be random enough to keep the towers feeling fresh while keeping the player in control. After internal discussions, we came up with two suggestions for algorithms that might fit these requirements. Right? So this is interesting. So this is an interesting problem. We had a tutor. Yeah, we did have a tutor. Cornelius was here to help us out. Cornelius, I think, got advanced degree studying this as their thesis. So definitely have top of the line tutor here. But this is interesting. So the problem here, it's not random enough to keep the towers feeling fresh. So what we can pull into our own lesson about thinking in terms of boundaries is that maybe part of having good, strong boundaries that are actually going to be fruitful for us requires us to think deeply about the boundaries. Because if we just have very high level superficial boundaries, everything's going to be the same. You'll just be repeating the same issues over and over again. If we're talking in regards to personal relationships, you might find yourself in the same cycle over and over again. Just like how they're saying here, it's not random enough to keep things fresh. You're going to get the same problem. So having stronger boundaries that are, a lot more mindful and address things that are important to you in a very complex way, it'll yield a better resolution. One of those was an evolutionary search-based algorithm that would use the player's component choices as a sort of fitness function. And the other one was a bracketed L system with a similar component idea. To decide which of these two algorithms that would fit, we made a use case and applied a small prototype for each algorithm. After evaluating the results of the search-based algorithm, we immediately realized that the player would lose a lot of control when manipulating the tower because of the search-based nature of the algorithm. It was also difficult to implement the visual qualities of the weapons in this algorithm, which resulted in the variations being nothing more but a change in values that were mostly invisible to the player. For example, an increased damage or more health. The bracketed L system proved very fitting after being applied in a prototype for the use case. Using the system, we realized that it was possible to generate more visually appealing towers by having the projectiles fired from the towers following the L system in a similar fashion to turtle graphics. Depending on the rules used, a wide range of patterns could be generated. During our test, we found that even simple rules could give birth to complex but predictable behaviors, which was exactly what we needed. Even simple rules could give birth to complex but predictable behaviors. Interesting. Oh, we're having another day under 100 tomorrow again. Whew, awesome. The weather is finally starting to cool down to something bearable. I don't really care about the algorithm. Look at all this math stuff. Oh, so boring. Our choice in using L systems to generate projectile pattern in a tower defense game proved successful in generating a large expressive range for the towers. The expressive range shows a clear indication that the algorithm provides a wide range of tower patterns. This result provides an answer to one of the research question whether this method could be used to create a wide variety of patterns. By only modifying the tower's components, it results in a completely new pattern for the projectiles. However, these patterns are limited to the structure of the components and the commands that a projectile can take. It is particularly up to the designers to figure out what kind of components will yield the best results and what kind of rules they need to get the functionality that the component is supposed to represent. Another option is to completely omit these components and create a system that doesn't include the use of components. Blah, 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 blah. All right, that's it. We learned L systems. We are L systems experts now. Yeah, right. Yeah, sorry, Twitch. I'm supposed to have fractals here. Next time I have it, I'll make a better one. So usually I have this nice art here. I have some cool art. But I'm pretty tired. I already streamed a couple hours on the other app. And now I've been here for like an hour and a half. What's an L system? Okay, yeah, welcome. Welcome, Jefe. I appreciate your question. So an L system is it's for the most part a computer science term. It's a method of generating content, it could be music, it can be visual content, it could even be probably even textual as well, where you set certain rules. All right, Kayla, we'll see you. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I love you so much, Kayla. I hope you have a beautiful, lovely, magical weekend. And I'll be seeing you on Monday for our Monday night tea sesh. So yeah, with these mathematical equations that can ultimately create an infinite amount of complexity, the L system is based upon a set of rules where you will have like infinite growth based upon the rule. Like, let's say you're dealing in an alphabet, so it's like A turns into A minus B plus B plus A. Or it's like A minus A plus B minus B plus A. And then it turns into that. And then every future expression of A will turn into that again, which will turn into that again. So it's like, it ends up being like the golden ratio. And that's actually the basis of, a lot of things, actually all things that have been made in nature, essentially fractals. Yeah, it's a way of bounding data generation, yes. But it's all based on nature. And the very first L system that was created, the very first, mathematical system, was created for designing plants, like digitally designing plants. So like fractals that you see out in nature, they're based on these same like algorithms. And they're used in a lot of like video game content generation and other content generation as well. You can make music with it. So it's just like self-generation, infinitely complex self-generation equation. And the reason why I'm speaking about it, if you've been on my channel before, which I believe you have, I feel like we've spoken before. I always like to maybe take an intellectual dive into a subject such as L systems and try to understand if there's benefit for us as humans living our lives to apply principles to our own lives to live a better life. And so in the case of L systems, it really just means that with very well thought out rules or well thought out boundaries for our brain to process, with very deep simplicity can come in infinite beauty and complexity. And a lot of times the most complex things are sourced in something very, very simple. So I hope that brings value to your life. Maybe you're going through something personally that you've been trying to process. Perhaps this conversation tonight can help you in that process that you're going through, try to understand what you're dealing with. Hopefully. That's what we do around here. And if this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Elise. Welcome to my tea table. I broadcast from fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada. I am a tea expert and a tea importer, and I utilize this channel for helping people discover the best lifestyle for them. I have a lot of fun around here. We're fun. We share jokes. Sometimes we troll one another. But ultimately, it's all for the better goal, to see the world better around us. I know we're all experiencing our own struggles, seeing, our own perspectives of this world and what we may be feeling is not going right, or it could be going perfectly right. So, yeah, I can't tell you, exactly what you need to do But we can learn these things together. What I learned from tonight is that, yeah, I've got to keep like really strong boundaries for my brain to work within as I go through life, as I have social interactions, approach relationships. I'm working within a very tight, well thought out set of rules that can process an infinite amount of situations. And then, also keep my heart engaged as like my value system of constantly reevaluating and reiterating those rules that my brain is working within. But yeah, I think I'm gonna be tuning out. It's been a good night. We had a nice discussion. I feel empowered. I appreciate you coming through and offering the nice comments and questions, and I hope you all have learned something great tonight. Feel inspired, have a good rest, enjoy your weekend, and I'll be seeing y'all next week. So much love. So much love. Who we got on Twitch? We got one viewer on Twitch. I don't think it's worth it to do a raid, unless we've got like a dear friend, a close dear friend that we could raid. I know. Oh, someone's playing Gods and Shade the Professor. Oh, Beyonce, he's good. No, I'm just gonna tune out. We only have one vote here. I hope y'all have a great weekend. Get lots of good rest. Thank you for being here with me. So much love to you. So much love to you.